The emergence of a new animated signal across the globe may seem familiar in style to comic book fans, but it comes from the desire of an artist's young son to celebrate the coronavirus pandemic's new type of superheroes.
So I've been working with denim for like 15 years. And at the end of like uni, I started like cutting up pieces of denim that were basically my old jeans. So I was like using them, cutting them up, making quite simple faces of famous people. It had no intention to actually turn into an art career. So because my son like really loved the clapping, and we're homeschooling, and he's trying to do work, and he's always coming in, I don't want to say nagging, and but he's like, well, what can we do? And we made rainbows and things for the window, for example. But then he just loved the clapping, and I think he said like, can we do hands? And I can't do hands. I like literally, if you look through a lot of my old work, I will avoid doing hands. And a lot of artists, can't do hands, can't do teeth. I'm one of those. And then we started making them. He often sat next to me, drawing pictures while I was making it. He actually took the photos of my hands, and so it's something to do together. And it wasn't intended to be this at all. My son loved it. The first one, he went outside, and he wasn't really prepared. We didn't really say what it was. He was like, "What is it for?" And then we started explaining what it was for. And his auntie is on the corona team in Lund Hospital, which is in Sweden. I've got friends up in the north, which are all in different hospitals. Many of them became sick, and not just in the north, like all over. And lots of friends are doctors in Sweden, so we're just saying who it is. And I've just actually been for a walk with him right now, and ambulances go past, and he treats it like the Batmobile.
The emblem has now found its way across several continents in the hope that its message resonates across what is a global crisis.
We're beaming it off the balcony, and then the next minute we're thinking, let's go and put it on the roof. And it was like, well, this kind of looks like the Bat logo. He loves Batman as a little kid, but it didn't really work on the roof. And I inquired to get another projector, and spoke to a guy in Newcastle called Andrew Hall. And he ended up saying like, "What are you doing?" And I was thinking, "Oh, do I want to tell him?" So I told him, and he was like, "Oh, I love this idea." So he's been beaming it around Newcastle, and he's sent it around his friends who've been beaming it through Scotland. There's I'm trying to think where else. So he got like a lot of friends up in Newcastle and in Scotland area. But I mean, since then, it's last night it was in Portsmouth, it was in Wales. He's gone across to North Carolina and New Orleans, Mexico. Last night we got a picture from Colombia. I think we've all bought into just how simplistic it is. It's just hands clapping, which for me I think has been a very, very positive thing. As I mentioned before, it's children have got engaged in it, and if they can learn that it's for these new heroes. We used to clap on the terraces at football games, and at the end of the theatre. And like some people could say it's patronizing and things, but it's celebrating those who are now like our heroes. And when hopefully we do get out of this, we all have to remember who is important.
That hope is that there is continued appreciation of those answering the call day and night. Ian McNally, That's TV.